We're going to go over how to use the pi button on the TI-30XS calculator today. So the value of pi, remember that pi is sometimes used in the estimated form of 3.14, so make sure when you're solving problems you read the directions. If it tells you to use that estimated form of 3.14, make sure that you're using that 3.14 value when you type in your calculation instead of using the pi button. But we're going to go over how to use the pi button on the calculator to get an exact answer instead of using the estimation of 3.14 for pi. So we're going to solve and we're going to round to 2 decimal places. So the first problem we have here is 4 pi. So if I go to the calculator, I'm going to type in 4, and then remember that when two things are next to each other like 4 and pi, they're being multiplied. So I could hit the multiplication symbol and do the multiplication, but I don't have to do that multiplication. So if I don't want to do multiplication, I don't have to do the multiplication. If that's easier for you, you can. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and hit the pi button, which is the one that's now currently in red. It's to the left of sign and above the caret symbol. And then I can go ahead and hit enter. And it tells me 4 pi. So remember that to get it to be in decimal form, we use the toggle button, which is the one above enter. And we're going to round it to 2 decimal places. So 12.56, it would be 2 decimal places. But remember, we need to look at that third decimal place, which is another 6. Since it's a 5 or greater, we're going to round that first 6 up. So we're going to get 12.57. So 4 is 12.57. Next one we're going to do is pi divided by 3. So I'm going to type in pi division 3, or you could use the fraction button to type it in also. Either way works. And I get 1.04, but the number after the 4 is a 7, so it makes that 4 round to a 5. So I get 1.05. 2 pi plus 4, so 2 pi plus 4, exactly like it looks on the paper, and enter. So I get 10.28. The number after the 8 is a 3. So since it's less than 5, it does not make the 8 round up, so it's going to stay at 10.28. And then 2 pi divided by 3 minus 7. So I'm going to use the fraction button here to do 2 pi, then over 3 minus 7 pi was what I have here. Enter. And it gives me a fraction. So if it wants the exact answer with pi, that would be my exact answer, negative 19 pi over 3. But since ours says to round to 2 decimal places, I want the decimal, so I'm going to use the toggle button. So I get negative 19.89. The number after that 9 is a 6, so it's going to make the 9 round up, which since it's a 9, it rounds up to 10, so that becomes a 0, and it makes the 8 next to it also round up. So we get negative 19.90. So that is how you use the pi button on the calculator in order to get exact answers. But remember to read the question properly to see if it wants you to use the estimated form of pi of 3.14 to do your calculations, or if it wants you to actually use the pi exactly.